everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Unicorns and Typewriters. My name is Skylar and I'm back today with another exciting booktube video. Or life video. Oh my gosh, that kind of just came out automatically, weirdly enough, even though I haven't made one of these videos in like 2 years. But anyway, welcome back to my channel. I hope that maybe some of my old subscribers are still around and maybe some new ones as well who have joined me on my travel journey as I have lived in Korea for the past 2.5 years, South Korea. I had an amazing experience living in South Korea, and I actually just returned to the USA after living in Korea for about 2.5 years, all in all. I taught English at public schools through the EPIC program for middle school and elementary school students for 2 full years, and I overall really enjoyed the experience. It was time to come back. It was time to move on to new things. I've wanted over the 2 years to be able to give a sort of 1-year update, 2-year update, how life with Epic was, and I didn't feel completely comfortable doing that due to the fact that privacy is a really big concern in South Korea, and we are sort of made to sign papers that say that we won't talk about the program publicly. Not even really the program, I just think the specific school or office of education that we're working with. And so I feel like what I can tell you is that I lived and worked in the small city of Jecheon in the Jeongbuk province for 1 year. And then I moved and lived and worked in the slightly larger city of Cheongju in also the Jeongbuk province. I remained in the same province for 2 years. I switched cities, so I didn't have to re-interview to do that. I was just able to talk to my coordinators and basically just ask if I could switch, and I was able to, so that worked out really well. My first year, I taught middle school and elementary. My main schools were middle schools. My second year in Cheongju, I only taught elementary, which is what I wanted at the time. I found that I preferred elementary, so I wanted to teach just elementary if possible, and it ended up being possible. I met some amazing people during this time in Korea. I met so many amazing students. And I learned that I really enjoyed teaching, and that was sort of the most important takeaway that I brought from it. The program isn't perfect. That's all I feel like I can really say. It's not a perfect program, and if you're thinking of applying to EPIC, I just urge you to recognize that your experience will be vastly different from anyone else's experience that you hear about on YouTube or in blogs or online or however, or in person if you've met people who have taught in South Korea at public schools. I think that teaching with EPIC and through public schools is a safer route than applying to Hagwons, especially because so many Hagwons are blacklisted and unfair to their employees. Just about everyone else I know who works at Hagwons either is, not being given the days off they're supposed to be given or overworked in one way or another. A lot of labor laws are not being followed. So I liked working at the public schools through the direct, public office of education's government run job because it felt like things were a bit more regulated. However, things really, really differ from office of education to office of education. So it depends on the province you're located in. And it also really, really differs between schools. And your main school has the most control over what your experience will be like. I learned after having 3 different main schools during my course. I requested to change the second year, but in my first year, I actually had to change in the middle of the year. They switched schools around and I just had to change main schools. It was just something I was told. I was just told this is changing and this is what's happening, and that's what happened. So even if you think you're just going to go for a year and be at one school, that's not necessarily what will happen. You could end up having to change every 6 months, depending on where you're placed and what the situation is and what the Office of Education is doing. Things can be very different than they seem, and there's a lot of yeah, a lot of different experiences, and your experience relies very much on your Office of Education, the coordinators at the Office of Education, the teachers and the school. So not even just your main co-teacher, but it also depends on how the vice principal feels about having a foreign teacher, about how the principal feels. All of these things affect what your time teaching in Korea will be like very, very greatly. My only comment I feel like I can make is that I feel like there should be more regulation in the program, but I understand how that would be very difficult to manage. It is what it is. I will say that I had some tough experiences in the program as well. So just consider that every experience is different, and that there's really no way to know exactly what is going to happen until you are there and you have met your school. And even after that, things can change. So I wish I could tell you more, and I wish I could be of more help to people who are considering this program and considering doing what I spent the last 2 years doing. But unfortunately, yeah, I don't think I can say much more than that. I did enjoy my experience enough teaching in South Korea that I am considering teaching abroad again. So it's not all bad or anything. I just want people to really know that the experience will differ very much. Yeah, just things happened to me that I had no way of predicting during the program, but it teaches you to be really flexible and be really kind of good at being on your toes all the time and taking things as they come and adjusting to sometimes difficult situations. I think that's a valuable skill in this world where many people nowadays are having more than one profession and more than one job in their lifetime. Most people in these sort of modern times, whatever you want to say, are having multiple professions, multiple jobs, working for multiple companies, multiple workplaces within their lifetime. It's not quite the same as our parents' generation where you got one job and you pretty much kept it your whole life. So yeah, it's interesting. And if you love travel and you love other cultures and you want to learn about Korea or you want to learn about another culture, I think doing this is amazing. Teaching abroad is amazing. I really enjoyed it, and I am seriously thinking about continuing to do it again in another country now. So more on that in the future if you are interested. As you know from my channel, a lot of my content has kind of leaned toward travel content. And at the time when I started that, I thought I was going to continue doing travel and book content, but that's not exactly how things went. I got really busy and life went in directions that I wasn't expecting. I thought if I spent 2 years as a teacher in South Korea that I would be able to sort of settle in after the first year and have a lot more time to focus on my other sort of hobbies and such as making videos. That did not go exactly as planned. So anyway, I am really excited to be back and able to make more videos now. I'm still an avid reader. I can say that in the past 2 years, I've probably read less books than any other years in my life, basically, because of how busy I was traveling and teaching. But I'm back with a vengeance this year with 2025, and I'm excited to try to make more book content. I hope that you're all still interested. And I also have a lot more travel content to post. If you've noticed, also my videos I am way, way behind on. I think I just posted my last travel video I posted was the New Year's video for 2024. So I'm like an entire year behind on videos. There was a time where I thought I would post everything. Like I really wanted to stay in chronological order and I would be posting everything from this past year. I now think I'm just going to be posting a couple videos that are kind of highlights of the year and sort of big travel trips that I went on. Not as many sort of little just day in the life videos or a quiet weekend. So I'm sorry if you're interested in seeing those videos about South Korea. Let me know. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know. Like I said, my first year I spent in Jecheon, so really I haven't posted much content about my time living in Cheongju yet. If you're super interested in Cheongju, let me know in the comments below. But for the most part, I went on multiple trips to Japan. I went on another trip to Busan. I went on a trip to see the east coast of Korea. I finally visited Jeju Island, which I really want to share with all of you. So I will be posting a few more travel videos trying to catch up, and then from there, yeah, as I do that, I think I might sprinkle in some booktube videos and see how I feel and how I want to handle it. Let me know down in the comments if there's books you've been reading that you're curious if I've been reading too. Please ask me down in the comments. I'm excited to kind of be back, and yeah, if you have any other specific questions about the EPIC program or about my travels, let me know down in the comments. I just want to tell you ahead that I don't know how much I can really say in detail about the EPIC program. But I will try to answer questions if I think that I can, and I'm happy to try to help you if I think I can. So yes, I hope that you're happy to see my face again on your recommended videos or on your subscription list, and to see my beautiful bookshelf background. I missed my books on my bookshelf so much. I can't even tell you. I am currently reading 2 books right now, listening to one by audio and one physical book, and I plan on reading so many books this year. So I really hope that I can have some fun book conversations on here with all of you. Please give this video a like if you're excited to see me back. Comment down below, ask any questions, let me know what your thoughts are. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy books or traveling, I would so appreciate the support. I am back in the States right now, but I will be traveling more in the future. So there'll still be lots of travel content. So please give me a like and a follow. And, so subscribe to my channel. What do you have to lose if you like either or both of those things? I will be back with more content soon. Have a good week, everyone. Bye.